Alrighty. Are we online? I think we're online. Do 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 do. Alright, looks like we're online. I'm doing some tutorials right now. Playbill tutorials. Kind of slacking lately because I've been busy with the two maps for JB's competition. So anyways, we're going to do part 2 of what are we doing? Part 2 of the Playbill mission objectives. So the last tutorial I did was mission objectives, just covering the basics of it. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail now on how to do it. So I suggest you look at the first one. Watch the first one on mission objectives. Really important stuff. Alright, so we're going to do a primary, a secondary, and a bonus mission objective. Pretty easy, just gotta know what to do. So my first one, I'm just gonna have it as PB intro so I can launch everything. Watch some of my other tutorials to kind of do that. I'm gonna do another one. This one I'm gonna call it objective. I'm just gonna call it primary just for purposes of this tutorial. Do another one. Call this one objective secondary. And I'll do another one. And this one will be objective bonus. It's really important because when you call these, you need to know their objectives, not just regular playbills. So my intro playbill starts immediately. Right. Wait 5 seconds just to let everything load up properly. It's not required, but I always do it anyways because sometimes older machines are laggy. And we're going to launch our playbills. Primary. Launch objective primary. We're going to launch objective secondary. And I'm just, for the tutorial purposes, just doing it all at once. You can have the secondaries and the bonuses and everything launch off of previous ones. I'll talk about that in a bit. Bonus. So you're probably looking at this going, what the hell is he doing? So if you played any of the Relic single player missions campaigns, in the top left corner you'll see there will be mission objectives that you have to do. Once you do those objectives, it goes cha-ching, you've completed the objective, blah 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 blah. And so that's what this is. So wait 5 seconds, we're going to launch our objectives. Alright, so we're going to make this really easy because I don't want to take up so much of your time. So basically how you do it, just like hack and slash here. So create dynamic objective. Right? So we're creating a dynamic objective. Right click. You saw in the last tutorial, it brings you all your fun conditions here that you got to do all your objectives. So it's the primary objective title. Let's say find dog. We're going to do a find dog. OT primary objectives. Ignore everything else just so you don't get confused. Beat type, always go blank because you can override the ones that it gives you. This mission cannot fail. If it does fail, if there's a failure objective, like if somebody kills a dog or whatever, you check this and then you do your fail condition, but we're not doing that right now. Alright, so the first primary is done, is find dog, right? So what's the complete condition? All these folders showed up. So we're going to fill this one up. Complete condition is going to be, I'll do unit at location. I could do this a couple of ways, but this is kind of easiest way. Unit at location, put the location over here, just like a regular playbill. That's why I said before you want to do all the other tutorials, the other 21 of them, just so you know all the different actions. That's why you want to learn those first before you jump into the mission objectives, because then you'll get really confused and lost. Anyways, so we have our intro, we have our primary, we have our secondary, we have our bonus. So our intro is that. Primary objective is find dog. Alright, so basically when you get to this location here, which is going to have a dog. Dunk. There's your dog. And you find a dog. Just do a different color so I'm running around the map trying to figure out where the hell the dog is. Alright, so there's puppy. Alright, there's your dog. See the little puppy? There's dog. So I walk into the circle. Make the proximity a little bit smaller. Doot, doot. There you go. Doot, 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 doot. Right, there's our dog. Okay. When you walk in the circle, that's the complete condition. So that's going to be mission complete because I walked at this location here. Right. So once condition is complete, then I can go on to other. I can basically from on complete, I could add, if I wanted to, an action here that says run another primary. So I can launch another objective from on complete. I could do on pre-complete, so when it completes, but it's not complete. So as soon as you do it, but it hasn't told you you've done it, that's what pre-complete is. Pre-start here is before the objective shows up on the screen. It pre-start, it shoots everything in here. So if you want to spawn things like troops and everything else. On start is after it says, here's your objective, then it goes into the on start, right? Same thing for pre-fail, fail, I never use expire. Don't worry about the turns, nothing really to do it. And then on objective end, it doesn't really use that because you have fail and you have complete, right? So on complete, I'll just put a message here that just says do 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 do. Dog found. Right. Do that for 10 seconds. Right. Text dog found. So when I walk to this location, dog found. Right. So the secondary objective is going to be trying to get creative here. Same thing, objective, create dynamic objective. Right click, add. I'm just going to add all the fun stuff, right? So what's the secondary objective? How about kill something? Kill bad dog owner. No, that might be too. Kill. I'll just keep it military. Kill. That's going to do this whole like dog abuse, kill the owner, and all that kind of fun stuff. Anyways, all right. So this is a secondary objective, right? So this changes to secondary, and this has to match. Your UI data template has to match. So if this is secondary, this is secondary. If this is bonus, this is bonus. If you don't do that, you're going to have major problems. If you don't name a title for your mission, it's going to show up as LOC colon. It'll give you an error message that says LOC colon. So if you get that message, it's because you didn't name your mission here, right? So kill officer. What does that mean? So on pre-start, we're going to spawn an officer, right? So spawn, which you should know all this stuff by now. Make him enemy. I'm going to call him Mad Officer for finding his dog. All right. Squad is going to be I was going to use that guy, but I don't know if he's going to actually work in the game. I'll use this one here. Coastal Officer. I think it's one unit, but I'll put one just in case. Spawn AI lock so that the computer doesn't take it away. going to be saying over here, out of the way. Alright, he's just going to sit there and wait for me. So on pre-start, it's going to spawn that guy, and he's just going to stay there. Okay. Actually put him over here. So complete condition is going to be health percentage is less than equals to mad officer, right? Right. So when mad officer is basically dead, it will complete the secondary mission objective. You have to make sure that you do the pre-start and you spawn him. If you put the spawn in the start, it's not going to work. Okay, so before everything happens, you have to have the pre-spawn set up. Okay. Bonus objective is going to be not very creative today. Let me see. Create dynamic event. This will be bonus. Bonus. Again, make sure this matches. Has to match or you're going to get problems. Bonus can be oh, I don't know. Give me some conditions. I need some advice here. I guess I could do garrison. Capture point maybe? That might work. Yeah. Maybe that's a bonus. So player 1 needs capture strategic point. Give me my strategic point. Right. So here's a strategic point. I'll put it all the way over here somewhere. Right. There's your strategic point. I'll make sure I equalize this thing. All right. Point is going to be called. Let's call it cap point. Right. There's cap point. So going back to my bonus conditions, right here. Condition is player owner of E group cap point. Right. If I want the team, if anybody in the team or just a player, doesn't matter. Do anybody in the team. So if player 1 captures this point, that's the bonus objective. Right? That makes sense. And on complete, I'll just say, whoa, not garrison. I'll just, what do I do? I'll do something. Spawn squads, some reinforcements. Rangers just start popping up everywhere. Player 1 Rangers. Right. Alright. If you want to change how many squads, I can put 3 squads spawn there, 2 squad there. I'll keep that one normal. So that's what's going to happen on complete. So if you have stuff that fails, so a good one for failure would probably be the secondary, because I have to kill somebody. And if this officer kills me, then the game's going to end, right? So under objectives, the bottom here, can fail, right? Failure check all, okay. Mission fail. Fail result. You want it just to go to the next objective? No, I want it to fail. Default failing condition. Okay. So basically, what that means is, it showed the folder here, so it gives me a failure condition. So I can't really do it with if I die, because I'm not spawning my guy. I'm using guys that don't have names. I'm using engineers. But anyways, that's what that would do. Okay. So it opens up that. So I'm going to cancel the failure. Cannot fail. Anyways, that's what the fail does. It opens up another folder under complete conditions called fail conditions. So just so you guys know. But so yeah. So let's test this, and then we're going to jump into the UI callouts. Let me just double check to make sure that this is all good on the hood. Launching everything. Primary is going to launch. On complete. Dog found. Complete conditions. Unit allocation. Secondary. It's going to go right off for pre-start. I'm going to launch Officer Man, who's going to sit over there. Objective being if Mad Officer is dead, it's complete. Bonus is going to be capping this point here. And on complete, it is going to give me a bunch of Rangers. So we're going to test this to make sure I did it right. And then we're going to jump into UI callouts, which is the better part of missions, which makes it a little bit more interactive. Let's just make sure I did everything right, because sometimes I miss a spot here and there. Let's see. Remember, when you're testing mission objectives, turn off cheat commands, because cheat commands has a little box it puts in the top left corner and it hides the missions so you can't see them. Alright, here we go. Just another day in paradise. I don't know why I had it mixed up. I had Germans on one side and I had Americans on the other side. Anywho, let's get rid of the cheat commands so we don't have that. Right. So you can see my capture point. There's my little green mark where the doggy is. If you play my... oh boy, I don't even remember the name of it now. I made some single player mission maps. Try those ones out. I use tons of mission objectives. Tons. Right. So everything looks good so far. Let's have Yo Joe's. There's Find Dog. Okay. First mission objective showed up. There's the second one. Kill Officer. There should be a bonus one. Oh, you know why I did that? Remember I told you? Kind of did that on purpose because I wanted to show you guys what happens when you don't name it. Bonus objective. See? Remember I said no title? Capture point. Because I didn't put a title here, that's why you got lock. Lock. Right?
Scouts, lead the way.
So, anyways, we know what lock is. You see how it indents it in? Because it's a bonus mission. So there's my puppy. Find the puppy.
Scouts, lead the way.
Ooh, puppy, puppy, puppy. Found puppy. Completed. Found dog. Right? A little message should come up here. Said, dog found. And it drops the thing off of here. Kill officers, mission 2. But you notice I have to look around. I'm like, oh, I don't know where the mission officer is. I know he's around here somewhere. I'll show you what we're going to do to fix that.
I want you front and center. Engage on sight.
Where's my officer?
What we want is overdone.
Kill officer. Die.
Head out.
I hope I kill him.
Contact. Small
Only one
mark.
guy. Alright. Now you can kill him. There you go. He's dead. Completed kill officer. Right?
Forward. March.
And now I'm going to go
Snatch that
to
location.
the bonus one, which we were going to fix this next time we run it. And it should finish that and spawn a whole bunch of reinforcements for me.
Let's get this over with.
Remember it was player owner.
Let's go. Put some beef into it.
So once this
we
thing is
capture that
owned by
point,
me,
be ready
it will
for the
trigger the
counterattack.
completion condition.
Come on, boys. Capture orders just came in.
Yay, me!
Fall
Like
in.
I won.
We're moving.
So we got a primary, bonus, and
What's the word? One foot in front of the other.
secondary. Now we're going to make it a little bit more interesting. Let's jump out of this, get back into the map. So we fixed the LOC error by naming this in capture point, right? But the one thing that happens is you do missions and then players are like, I don't know what to do. Of course, when you do missions, you want to do, and I've done the tutorial on it, you want to do zones, okay? A little side note while I'm here. Do zones. You should know how to do zones. I did a tutorial on zones. So you lock the area, all the areas out except for the part where they need to do mission 1. So I would paint all this out so they can't get into it, and then once they finish this, then on complete, I'd open up the next zone so they know where to go. Because if you just leave it open, players are not going to know what to do, and they're going to get completely lost and just rage quit. Alright, so we got our missions, but the problem with this is, maybe not for the dog one, because I might want to tell people where the dog is, but for the purposes of this, I'm going to do it. So, back into mission callouts. So this is UI callouts. This is hints to give the player. So, how does it work? So UI callouts is basically going to go immediately. Obviously, you want to start it. You can do target locations, objective complete, blah 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 blah. So you can put find dog. This is for the primary, right? Action is going to be which one am I going to use? Let's do hint. Right. So basically what's happening here is it's going to show you where it is. So it's going to give the players a hint on the map on where to go. You can also do a mini map blip, so it'll show on the map, on the mini map where it's going to go. A world arrow is just going to have it on the side of the screen. But let's see, I haven't done this in a while because I don't like giving hints usually when I make these. So let me just double check to make sure I got this right. Primary data. See. It's like a refresher learning for both of us. But this is really important. You want to do the UI callouts because if you don't, like I said, people are not going to know where to go or what to do. I use it in some of the horde maps. When people are coming in, attacking, it starts pinging the map where they're coming from, left or right, top or bottom. Let me see if this works. I might crash it, but well, part of learning, right? This loading screen is the reason I did the D-Day horde map, by the way. I kept looking at the screen going, I want to do one of those. I always where that came from. That's why everything looks the same. Alright, let's see if this crashes. So, find dog and error. You know why? I know why. I know why. I know why. Because I didn't do the mission. I didn't do the marker. So you can either do the same location or you can actually target something, but that's the location. I don't really need a proximity circle. Let's see if that works. again, apologize. I haven't used the UIs in a very long time. Months. So I use the UI callouts. And there's no manual on this stuff, so just gotta. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna open up one of the maps I used it. See what I did. But that's why I'm making these tutorials, so I don't have to do that. So I can just refer back to the tutorial and go, oh, that's how I did it. You know, somebody's watching this that knows what they're doing is like, no, don't do it like that. What are you doing? I already know this. Ooh, computer's getting slower and slower. Upgrade 128 gigs of RAM next. I think I might have to get a desktop though. These laptops can only do so much. Hopefully it doesn't crash. If it crashes, then I'm going to open up the map and do a quick look and see. Let's see. Don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. Didn't crash. It did crash. Oh, can't remember how to do it. Anyways, you notice something? So we got a capture point, which is bonus, kill officer, secondary, find dog. You can have as many as you want. You can have a whole list of them. I think it holds like 10 here before it gets into the UI. So you'll notice that little arrow thing. That's a dog. And you notice on the mini map. See, find dog. That's the UI callout. Obviously you wouldn't use it when you want to find a dog. I mean, that's kind of dumb. But that's basically the mission objectives UI callout. And it should disappear when I close it or crash. Yay! Disappeared. Always reward players too, by the way. Anytime they do a mission, you have to reward them with more resources, give them fuel, ammo, give them troops, give them something. Because you want to make it worth their time.
We got somewhere to be.
And it doesn't matter which order I do these in, so I can go run up here now and capture this. The problem with not using the cheat commands is that you can't just warp everywhere.
Come on, boys. Capture orders just came in. Capture and hold that area.
Take that, and I think the officer is over here somewhere. So for the officer, I would have used the UI callout. See, capture point completed. So now something else can happen. A door can open or something. It's a little easier now when you have reinforcements to kill this guy.
German officer killed. We got him.
That's basically how you do the missions. Pretty simple stuff. Pretty simple if you know what to do. So, refresher, summarize. Alright. So, according to Relic tutorials, they want you to create the prefab up here and create them. They want you to do it up here and create the mission objectives and do the intro type and all that fun stuff, but there's a bug in that because it doesn't show up in the multiplayer when you try to open mods. So do it my way. My way works. It's the same thing. So again, you want to have your intro playbill. Whenever playbill map you're doing, intro controls the flow of everything that happens. Set your resources here, all that kind of go stuff. Spawn your guys, all that kind of stuff. Your objectives, it's just a playbill, right? Just another regular playbill. And then under actions, you choose complete dynamic objective. You hit this, you go add, and then it's going to add all these folders. Right? All these folders are going to be added. And you can use as many as you want. You don't have to use any. Really, the only one you need to use is this one, which is a primary. You just put the title in. Is it a primary? Is it, well, I didn't do the information one. Information just, hey, there's information over here. Go here. Same as bonus, kind of. Secondary, blah, blah, blah. Make sure this matches. This is primary. This has to be primary. There's a whole bunch of other stuff you can do, by the way, but I'm not going to get into that right now because maybe I'll do a part 3 later on. Because there is a timer and stuff, which is pretty cool, but it's very finicky. If your mission can fail, if you click this, fail, it's going to give you a failure folder here. And you have to put the fail condition in there, whatever it is. Okay. If there's no fail, there's no fail. Every objective has to have a completion condition. Well, it should have a completion condition, and that can be absolutely anything. So if you watch some of my other tutorials, I go over a lot of this stuff. Player owner, popular, unit at location, very popular. Health percentage is if somebody's dead or dying, or you're going to kill them. Garrison's another one I use. So if you go into a building, that's the condition. What's the other ones I use? I use a couple of the other ones, but has resources, so if you have over certain resources, etc., etc. So anyways, there's a condition. On complete, you want to reward people. Okay. Remember, nothing's going to happen unless the conditions are met. So you can launch all your objectives if you want to. You can launch your objectives afterwards. So on complete, I would have my launch secondary here. Right, my action would say launch objective secondary here. So once this mission is complete, then it opens up the next one, etc., etc., etc. UI callout really makes it special. So basically, all you do is you create your UI callout, make sure it says marker. All right. I guess you could do group 2 if it's a target group. Yes, S group is soldiers and stuff. E groups are buildings. Remember? I use marker all the time. So there's your name. I think it was David gave me a huge piece of advice. I have one of my single player missions. If you've played it, you have to go around the map and find all the supplies crates around the map. And the name I had was like supply crate or whatever, ammo crate. And it was like the wording was on top of the crate itself. So offset means that if you do it like 10, it moves it like 10 meters or whatever to the left or to the right. So it's not blocking the actual objective. So if I did 10 or whatever, the find dog would be over here. The words find dog. I always use hints. You can use different ones. They do different things. They have different just basically the icon is really, I think, the only thing this really does. It's just a different icons. World arrow, if you want it on the world like you saw it. If you want it to blip, so it goes blip, blip, blip on the thing. I don't use this, but this basically creates a circle around the area. You can use it, I guess, if you want. And that's really the mission objectives. So before you start doing mission objectives, do it like I did. Create your missions. So if you have a bunch of primaries and secondaries and bonuses and information and blah, 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 create them first. Just create everything first. Once you create them all, then you can figure out when to launch them, if you're going to launch them in the intro or if you're going to launch them on complete, you know, all that kind of stuff. If you're going to do a mission like our secondary one, which was Kill Officer, and remember this because took me many times, hours figuring out why it wasn't working. It's because I would spawn on start and it would fail. You have to spawn on pre-start. So before the mission starts, do your spawns of who you're going to kill. This is a mad officer. I spawned him on pre-start, and the condition, of course, was as the health of the officer is 0 or less. That's a complete condition. So, anywho, this one was a little bit low, 34 minutes. I'll try to keep around 10, 20 minutes, but oh well. So, keep an eye out for part 3, I guess I'll do later on, or I'll actually, maybe not to part 3. I think what I'll do is I'll do like a mission map in the near future here, and I'll use a whole bunch of these missions and tie them all together and show you kind of how to do a single player. Still have to do the Horde one too, so I got to show you guys the single player tutorial, the Horde tutorial. I still have a bunch of other playbills I need to do, but anywho, that's it for now.